You can make a difference. You can give hope to a child. You can change a life. And that is no small.
Welcome to another episode of One-on-One. My name is David, and I'm joined today by Dr. Emilie. And during the One-on-One series, we tackle topics of interest for our entire Kids Hope USA network. So welcome today, Emilie.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be back again, Dave.
It's great to have you.
Thank you. I have a question for you today that really is at the core, at the heart of the Kids Hope USA program. And I'm wondering if we can spend a few minutes unpacking the idea of why is it that relationships matter. We hear the relationships word again and again and again throughout the Kids Hope curriculum. Dave, why do relationships matter?
Well, relationships are really the whole reason we exist as an organization and as a program. And we exist about relationships because that's what's missing in a lot of our students, is they don't have a stable, caring adult relationship. So why does that matter? Why do they need a relationship? Well, let me paint a picture with an example.
Great.
A little guy that I used to mentor, I was dropping him off at his classroom. And we had been together for a couple of years at this point in time. But as we walk up to his classroom, all of a sudden he stops us in the hallway and he gives me a hug. And he just wraps his arms around me, and I can feel his little head up against me. And there's this, and I don't even know what the time frame is, but there is a certain appropriate length of a hug that once you go past that point, all of a sudden it's something else. And he went long past that, and he was holding on. And all of a sudden I realized what was going on. I asked him, I said, "Buddy, are you okay?" And his little head said, "Yeah," and all that. And he then went on, hugged me a little while longer, and then he finally let go. And I said, "Wow, that was really a big hug. Is everything okay?" He looked at me and said, "I just needed a hug." Okay, so as I walked away, I realized what had just happened, what had been illustrated for me that made Kids Hope USA make even more sense to me, and that's this. His hug turned from hugging me to holding on to somebody, because the life of kids today, a lot of our kids, is very tumultuous, very stormy, and in the midst of a very tumultuous and stormy life, what they're looking for is somebody that they can hold on to, some place where they won't be tossed to and fro. And that is in the safety and love and caring of a relationship. And so what he was doing is he was acknowledging the relationship we have, the role that I play in his life as far as my relationship to him is stability, something to hang on to no matter what life brings.
Sure. And quite honestly, Dave, there is so much wonderful research that has to do with attachment and bonding and how our brains grow and develop and change when we have healthy relationships in our lives. And so for a mentor who can become a secure base for a child in the context of relationship,
Right.
all kinds of wonderful things happen, not only physically in the brain, but relationally and socially and spiritually. This is a platform that I could spend a lot of time talking about, truly. So.
Well, and it's an issue that it's not like Kids Hope USA came up with this, or you and I came up with the importance of relationships. No, not at all. The very first observation that God had when he created man is that it is not good for man to be alone. Right. And so the solution that he had back then is the same solution today, and that was another person, a person to be in relationship with. That was true back then, it's still true today.
You are absolutely right, and I appreciate your thoughts on that. It's really helped me to make sense of why it is that relationships matter.
And they matter a lot.
Can make a